Behold, from the dawn of time, man has quest for more power. And who wants more power? He gets the 72.2cc monster Husky 272 XP. Alright guys, this is the big boy chainsaw that they had. I can't get it started. I don't know if there was no gas in it, so that's a good thing, but it looks like this is one of those saws that don't have a lot of run time on it, but probably a lot of sitting time on it. Look at that. Look at the size of this chain. Ouch. 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 Love it. I think that's a 20-inch bar. Okay, so I don't know how much battery I got left, so the video is probably just going to cut off at random, which people just love it when my videos do that. I can't play around with it too much because it's not my saw, but this is one of the saws that I'll be working for. I solved the idle problem with this saw. I just needed about 1/8 of a turn, so the low-speed idle is now good on it. Great little saw there. But this big beast for stuff like that. So I'll just tell you what it is. It is a Husqvarna. Well, let's do it in proper Swedish. This is the Husqvarna. Nerp, 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 nerp. 272 XP. Now I lost all my Swedish subscribers. I mean, I only learned Swedish from the Swedish chef, right? So, but this is about 93 to 97 when they made this saw. It's the XP model. It's a bit old. Not gonna lie to you. This one only has the one set of dogs. Look at these things. I love these things. But there's some of them have two on it. Now, I don't know if the other one was just taken off or if there's just, you know, there was a couple of variants where one came with one came with two. I don't know that. Lots of features on this saw. To start it, you could, whoop, I already had it. So you can pull the safety, the trigger, and then just pull that back, and that'll lock it into kind of like a quarter throttle. You've got your choke, your choke, kill switch, fuel, oil, chain little flap here, so if your chain comes flying off, it doesn't cut you in half. Introduce you to the dog again. Down in there is your bar adjuster, and then we'll flip the saw over. This saw also can take a 32-inch bar should you get something that freaking savage. Tune up there, decompressor. The saw has lots of compression, so the compression's not the issue with it. And well, there's some things that I don't like about it. Obviously got very nice grippy handle on here, big handle. Kind of small of a handle for such a big saw. Like, I mean, compare this. It's almost the same size as this. You know, the brake, big ass brake on here. Yeah, 72 cc's, maxes out about 9300 9500 rpm as its running kind of range. 15-inch bar, way up to 32-inch bar if you could find a 32-inch bar for this thing. I've seen people running 36s, but of course the one would start up now. A lot of people say when you run 36, it's a little bit on the not quite there, but 72.2 cc's is a big saw. It's not a monster saw, but it is big. So I'm hoping to get this thing running. They want $500 worth of labor for it. Oh, your low speed, high speed. I don't know if that's awfully small. Like, it's even bigger on, like, you can see it really easy on that one. Big holes. Low speed, high speed, and your idle chain adjust, bar adjust. Man, are those ever small? Such a big saw. Okay, that's the big saw with the little holes. This is the little saw with the big holes. Well, what's with that? One feature I don't like is you have to unscrew these to get to the air box. There's 3. That's missing already. Oh, your decompressor right there. Pretty cool. And yeah, that's your saw. And then of course, like I say, the kill switch and all that. So they want $500 for this saw. Obviously it's not running. I ain't going to be working 25 hours to get this saw. So they have to do that. I'm going to bring it back to the guy. I will not work on somebody else's saw when I don't own it, right? So, because then they'll say, oh, when I gave it to you, it was running fine, and you broke it, so you owe me the saw. No, I'm not going to do that. I say, I pulled it. It didn't start. I put fresh gas in it. There was no gas in it. A little bit of oil still in it, but no gas. I thought, well, maybe what's happened is the carburetor was really dry, and maybe, trying to get some gas into it. Probably, maybe either flooded it. So I'm going to leave it sit for about a half an hour, try it again. But after 100 pulls, if it don't start, it's not flooded. You know what I mean? I'll even try it maybe a couple more pulls tomorrow morning, because sometimes when you flood a saw real bad, you got to wait like hours for it to unflood. You'd say, well, just pull the plug out and stuff like that. That's what my dad said. He said, yeah, but it's not my saw. So I did take the cover off to put a little bit of gas into the carb just to get it to start. It didn't fire or nothing, so I couldn't get. I didn't want to try to. I just put the wrench on the plug to see if it would loosen, and it's in there tight. So again, I don't want to strip that out or anything like that. So again, somebody else's saw, I'm not going to take any chances with it. So whatsoever. So basically I pulled it, put a little bit of gas in the air filter was nice and clean. So that there's no problems that way. I think it's just, it hasn't been running a while, and it took a while to get the gas into it. By the time I got the gas into it, I probably flooded, although I don't smell anything, but there could be other problems with the saw. Maybe it's not getting fire. I don't know. So if it doesn't start, then I bring it back to him. Probably I won't hang on to it for the full week. I'll bring it back to them and then let him fix it up, get it running and whatever. But this little saw, I got it running dandy there now. The high speed is perfect. The low speed, we'll see how it does when it really warms up. And if it's a little too high, I'll just take down the chain idle. But the chain isn't idling. So now it stays running. It's not bogging out on me. One thing about this little saw is it's actually, I think, over oiling, where my little still's not oiling quite enough. So just about refinements with saws. But this big guy here, I can't wait to see what happens with him. But that chain looks like brand dandy new on it and stuff like that. And I don't think, oh, that bar, look at that. I think that's a 20-incher. Or it could be 17, 18. Like again, you can get a 32-inch bar on here, but which brings the saw to about there. It's for big stuff like that. But this is ideal. Like, this is an ideal big saw for me. Do I need anything bigger? Well, of course, you always need something bigger. But that would be adequate as my big saw, and then my 50cc saws would be, really ideal. So, that's not the type of saw you really want to work with all day. It is heavy. The head alone is 13.5 pounds. So it's probably 15, 16 pounds right there. I mean, this is older 90s technology, so it is going to be heavier. So it is a beast. It is a beast. So if you had to do stove wood all day, yeah, you'd be fine. I can't imagine what this thing would be like with a 15-inch bar on it. That would be so, it'd just be like, because the bigger the bar, the more power it takes. The smaller bars respond really fast. So this is probably going to be quite the saw. If I know I'm probably going to get it going, but there might be a bit of a procedure or whatever. And when I do, again, the new equivalent of this saw, I think, is the 372, and you're looking at anywhere with $1,400 bucks and up for those in Canadian dollars. So about $8 or $10 American. That is so $500 if the saw runs tickety-boo. If I can get it running tickety-boo. Again, it probably hasn't been started in a few years, probably. I really don't, like, this guy has tools that, a lot of new stuff still in the package kind of thing. So I haven't met him yet. I've only met his wife, but at their cottage or whatever. And again, they're looking for somebody to work for. Like, they don't want money for it. They want labor for it. So they, property cleaned up, stuff like that. And they're downsizing because they're retired, right? So he's getting rid of all this stuff. But I'm definitely going to keep this little saw. I just adjusted the idle on it with my dad's chainsaw idling adjusters here. These things are just absolutely fantastic. He got it, he said, at Canadian Tire. This is for adjusting in there. That other one there, that really small one, I guess this is the small one. Like, how do you even get in there? That's probably old, security bit drivers. That's probably the type for that, the little slotted. So it is what it is. But yeah, that is a cool saw. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. I got a few other toys to get fixed up today and stuff like that. But if I get this saw for $500, it won't take long to recoup that. So I'll keep you posted. But I just wanted to give a quick, you know, overview of the saw, not a review. I can't tell you it's a great saw because I haven't even started it yet. So once I start it, it is heavy. It is older technology. Obviously, if you have to work on this filter, I don't like that. But these are the older saws, right? I like stuff that you're not going to lose, because you'd lose that in the bush in 5 seconds. You know, there's already one lost over here. It was lost, and you see, okay, there's a bit of a dent there, whatever. But other than that, nice big saw, 72.2 cc's. I hope I get it started. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, have yourselves a great day.